In the previous videos, we discussed how to find the number of moles from the mass given and also from the number of molecules given. In this video, we are going to find the mass from the mole given. By God's grace, my educational videos are available in YouTube to 9th CBSE, 10th CBSE, plus 1 CBSE, plus 2 CBSE, NEET and IIT students in the subjects mathematics, physics, chemistry, zoology and botany in English language. We are going to see the example 3.41 in the chapter Atoms and Molecules in the subject Chemistry in Science to the 9th CBSE students. This concept is also very useful to 10th CBSE, plus 1 CBSE and plus 2 CBSE students. What is the sum? Calculate the mass of the following. 0.5 mole of N2 gas, mass from mole of molecule. What is N2? The N2 is the molecule of nitrogen. Why it is called as molecule? Because the N2 contains two atoms. If an element contains two or more atoms, that element is called molecule, not atom. First of all, I would like to say some relations. If the mole is expressed in terms of mass, 1 mole contains 1 molar mass of the particles. The particles may be atoms or molecules or ions, etc. If the mole is expressed in terms of number of atoms or number of molecules or number of ions, 1 mole contains 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23 number of atoms or number of molecules or number of ions, etc. We know that if two different data are equated to the same data, those two different data will be equal. Here, the two different data are molar mass and the number of atoms or number of molecules. These two data are related to the same 1 mole, so that we can equate the molar mass and the number of atoms or number of molecules, etc. Thereby, we will get 1 molar mass contains 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23 number of atoms or molecules or ions, etc. First of all, we should find the molar mass of the N2 gas, that is N2 molecule. Why should we find the molar mass? Because if we find the molar mass, we can ascertain that 1 mole contains this mass. From that information, we can find the mass of the 0.5 mole. How can we find the molar mass? If we add the atomic mass of all the atoms present in a molecule, we will get the molar mass. We know that the atomic number of nitrogen is 7. We also know that the gram atomic mass of nitrogen is 14 gram. Here, note the word gram atomic mass. Gram atomic mass is nothing but molar mass. I want to say the difference between the unit of U, that is atomic mass unit, and G, that is gram. If the mass of the atom is expressed in U, it means that it is the mass of only one single atom. If the mass is expressed in gram, that is G, it means that it is the mass of 1 mole of, that is 1 mole of nitrogen atoms. What is 1 mole of nitrogen atoms? That is the mass of 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23 number of atoms. So, my dear students, note the difference in the units very carefully. If the unit is given in U, it means that it is the mass of one single atom. If the unit is given in G, it means that it is the mass of 1 mole of atoms. The gram atomic mass, that is the molar mass of one nitrogen atom, is 14 gram. But here there is 2 atoms. Therefore, the gram atomic mass of 2 nitrogen atoms is 28 gram. Then I want to write 2 equations relating mass and the mole. Why should I write the 2 equations relating mass and mole? Because in this sum, the mole is given, the mass is asked. The mass of 1 mole of nitrogen molecule equal to 28 gram. Therefore, the mass of 0.5 mole of nitrogen molecule equal to question mark. Of these 2 equations, in the first equation, the mole and the mass have been provided. But in the case of the second equation, we are knowing only the mole. We are not knowing the mass of that mole. So, we have to convert the first equation into a fraction. How can we convert the equation into a fraction? That is equation relation into the fractional relation. First, we should decide whether we have to find the number of moles or the mass. We have to find the mass, so that the mass should be placed in the numerator. That is, the mass of nitrogen molecule should be placed in the numerator. And its relation, that is, the mole should be written in the denominator. If the nitrogen molecule is 1 mole, the mass of nitrogen molecule is 28 gram. Therefore, if the nitrogen molecule is 0.5 mole, what will be the mass of nitrogen molecule? If we remove all the words, we will get 28 gram into 0.5. If we multiply 28 gram into 0.5, we will get 14 gram. This is the mass of 0.5 mole of nitrogen molecule, that is N2 gas, is 14 gram. My dear students, if this video is really beneficial to you, you can share this video with your friends, relations and classmates. You can also subscribe my channel.